friends, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Morgan, and today I thought I would show you how we keep our ranch pretty much weed-free throughout the spring. Obviously, we have a lot of greenery. Primarily, it's just grass and some dandelions here in our front yard. So this is the area that connects us to our house, which is over there, and then our barn, which is behind you. So for me, it's really important that we keep this clear. One, because we have snakes. I like to be able to see where I'm walking at all times to make sure I'm not accidentally stepping on a snake. And two, it makes it a lot more pretty to have beautiful property not covered in a ton of weeds or unnecessary amounts of greenery. So as you can see behind me, what we do is we actually put our goats and we just pin them up around the yard. And this allows them to really kind of free range throughout the day. We only keep them out here for about 3 hours max, and this allows them to eat a ton of grass. That way when we put them back in their pen, they're not eating only that grass in there. We're able to use a lot more, and it helps train them for high lines. So when we take them backpacking, the goats will be kept overnight with us, obviously, but we'll use high lines in various systems to keep them tied up. Therefore, they all have to be leash trained, and this definitely gets them leash trained because they're wearing their collars and they're also wearing leashes to keep them from wandering away. They definitely won't run or anything like that, but they will start wandering out into the field, and we like to keep them out of our actual grass and alfalfa that we harvest for their food. And two, it is teaching them to all stick together, but in different orders. So goats are obviously a herd animal, so it's important that they are all very comfortable together. So because we have 2 babies and 3 bigger goats, the 3 big goats like to hang out together and the 2 babies like to hang out together. So I like to use this time to kind of break them up and make sure that the babies, you can see we have little Boone back there and Huck is way over here, can still see each other, but are also kind of counting the big boys as part of their herd. So without further ado, let me take you around and kind of show you the setup that we have and how we have them all tied up in various ways that work for us in order to keep everyone in the same spot, not migrating to areas we don't want them feeding, and not getting tangled up with each other. So the first way that we like to graze them is just using these metal posts in the ground. Similar to what you would use on a dog, they just screw into the ground and then we put a long wire leash on them. And that way the goat is able to move around. They can kind of eat wherever they want, but they can stay away from one another. So as you can see here, we have Lou here. And then over here we have Django. So they're eating at this basically the same area, just eating in circles around one another, and they can't cross each other, which is really important, making sure no one's getting tangled up. And then our second option is to just use a carabiner and a leash. We just tie that up to the fence and then he can move around, or we just wrap the leash around a stationary object in the yard and let him roam around. It really is that simple. Thank you guys so much for joining, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments.